Welcome to PDINA'S. Let's learn something.
Hi YouTubers, welcome. Wasn't she cute? She's adorable. I'm helping out a friend today, and we're going to get into some information that I think is really going to give us some insight or give us something to think about in what we're looking at. Because as you all know or may not know, most recently, Meghan did this little pap walk. And she was trying to send a message in a very subtle way. But, you know, we get it. We get it. You are trying to waltz out onto this, platform of I'm important and strutting your stuff, moving your hair, trying to show us a little something, like you were at some concert. Let me just tell you how this is all going to play out. I'm just going to tell you how it's all going to play out. What this woman is doing is she is trying to make herself relevant and important. We see her husband is in Tokyo. But why is Meghan trying to give us all this oh, I'm so important. I'm so important, and I'm walking and I'm having my picture taken. And this is not going to fare well for her. And it really is sad to see, because you watch her and her husband out doing what they do, trying to essentially prostitute themselves for publicity. And what's going to happen? They are putting all their business out there. They're trying to have people look at them. Look, we are important. People want to know what we are doing. We want to stay relevant. We want to stay in the news. But the sad part about it is when everything starts to go really bad with the marriage, they're going to have so much invasion of their own privacy when they want privacy. Because right now they don't want privacy. They want people to look at them. We want to be important. We want people to have a vested interest in us. We want people talking about us. And that's what we're doing. We're speaking about them right now in real time. But when she and her husband are having these issues with their marriage, they are going at each other. They can't go out and have a normal life, because that's when people are really going to be interested, when they don't want people looking anymore. And Meghan is putting herself in a position that is going to harm herself and her children in a very public way. Because the end result is this marriage is not going to last. And we're going to be watching when they don't want us watching, as they have their public spats, as they have their issues with wanting to get along for the sake of the children or whatever it might be. And you have to look at somebody who is vying for attention right now while her and her husband are apart. But when they get back together, and when this couple really is going at each other in a very public way, they are going to meet the demise that is going to affect their marriage, their children's life. It's going to disrupt everything in a very sad and very public way. And you can only look at this couple as just being, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to get people to look at who you are in these very nonchalant moments that you obviously have set up? You have made it very apparent that you want someone taking your picture, watching you as you walk, and you like, oh, doop-de-doo, doop-de-doo. Oh, there's a camera over there. I didn't know that. And she's wearing her coat in 70 degrees weather. Why? You trying to sell something, right? We're trying to get people to have a vested interest in what I'm wearing so that they can purchase it. But what she's really doing, her and her husband, is they are making it so difficult for when they actually end up divorcing. And it's very public. And people are watching you and invading your privacy. And you are going to lose your ever-loving mind. Because you are prostituting yourself for attention now. But you're not going to want that same attention when you didn't ask for it. Because you are giving people permission, the paparazzi permission to say, well, you want us to know what you're doing. Here we are. Even though you didn't call us to watch you, we are here to watch you right now. And then she ain't got nothing to say. They're going to try to say, oh, you're invading our privacy, give us our peace. But at the same time, you can't ask for it when you want it. You're asking for it now. You clearly want people there watching you, taking your picture. But the sad thing is you are getting attention for the day when you don't want the attention anymore. And that is what is going to come down. That is what is going to happen. As sure as I'm sitting here with this dog on my lap right now, that is going to happen. Because this is a couple who by any means necessary wants to prod and prance their livelihood in front of everybody for the sake of attention right now. But are they going to want this attention later, this same attention? No, they are not. So just to give you a little synopsis of what has most recently happened. So Meghan, she's walking down these stairs. She is with her bodyguard, obviously, wearing, they say, $5,000 worth of unseasonably warm looking designer duds in Sunny Montecito. Yeah, you want to wear your coat. Okay, go ahead, wear your coat, even though you don't need a coat. As we see this mystery blue and white circular patch was seen on her wrist. She wants people to know that she was at this Taylor Swift concert. But where are the pictures? She wasn't invited to be with Taylor Swift backstage, but we have these articles that say she was actually there, but there are no pictures. There's no photos. So this is her saying, I was there. Look, I was at the concert. She got her little circle patch on her wrist trying to prove, well, here's my proof. No, that is not proof for a person that is all into having her photo taken. You need to show photos of you actually at the concert backstage with Taylor Swift. Otherwise, it didn't happen. You want to drip in just expensive designer clothes for the sake of it. Just going doing whatever you're doing. I'm sorry, I'm fanning myself because it's hot, y'all. I'm hot. Okay. And it's like no matter how high the AC is, I can't ever seem to get cooled down because of these hot lights. So I don't look too dark on camera, but you get me. But anyway, she's wearing this really expensive clothing. She's wearing this belt that's almost $500, this tan Chanel sling back that's estimated at $1,100, and then she's also wearing has this white tote bag worth $1,600, and it's so pretentious. It's so disgusting to watch somebody who wants to be a humanitarian, somebody who wants to be looked at as serious, prance around in a pap moment in such grossly expensive clothing. For what? Just to say, look what I got. Look what I can afford. And it's just like, really? You just gonna prance around in your expensive clothes for what? So we can be like, oh, isn't that so nice? She can afford expensive clothing. You got your bodyguard. Okay, you got your bodyguard. You're looking around. You're acting like you don't see the cameras. But you called the cameras, right? You called them. Yeah, we know you called them. It's days after she, was spotted at the Taylor Swift Eras tour in Los Angeles. And I find it interesting that this article says she was spotted, but ain't nobody got no pictures. Where the pictures? You say you were there? I don't think you were there because I don't see no pictures. That's the only way you can prove to people that you were actually somewhere, especially in this day and age where everybody has a camera. And if they see you, they pulling out the camera. They're like, oh, there's Meghan. Let me get the picture. Oh, there she is. Yo, there she is. And we're going to even hold the camera up real high so we can get the picture, even if we can't see where we're clicking. So don't try to come at us like we stupid. Like we're going to read that you were there, but we know you weren't there. Produce the pictures. And if you have the pictures, why are you not producing them when you're talking about it? It's just so senseless and stupid. And singing along to Swift's hits. And is this you trying to say, look, Taylor, I'm your friend. I'm here at your concert. Really? You trying to make us think that you're at this concert, so now she should want to talk to you. Because we know in my previous video, I talked about how Taylor didn't have time for her when she wanted her on her Archetype show. So is this her now trying to prance around to show that she is worthy of friendship now because she came to the girl's concert and she even paid for the ticket with no pictures? Like Taylor's supposed to be reading this article, be like, oh, she was at my concert. I'm sure Taylor is like, well, where's the pictures? It's all phony. It's all fake. Everything about this couple and what they do is fake. It has ulterior motives. It's not for legitimate reasons, just for the sake of doing something. It's very pretentious. And you look and you think how sad it is, how we're going to watch this woman. And the reason why I think it's so interesting for me is because this is an American woman of color who had the opportunity of a lifetime. She ruined it. And now she's prancing around like she's trying to be somebody really important in a very unauthentic way. And you have to just think, girl, you are making history. In all the wrong ways, you're making history. And they go on to talk about how Harry is in Tokyo and how he and his friend Nacho were buying gifts for their wives. Like, we're supposed to be thinking, oh, isn't that just so nice? They buying presents for their wives. Isn't that just so nice? It's so lovely. I forgot. I have my fan. Lord, here's my fan. Yeah. So I'm just in my own mind thinking how entertaining it all is, how funny it all is, how we sit and we watch them try to make waves with their publicity, and how we just look and watch and think how they think they're fooling somebody, how we're really caught up in this fake moment. It's quite amusing, I'd say. Quite amusing. I'm quite amused at your attempts at getting publicity. Oh my goodness. So they go on to say, talking about Harry's event and the power of sport and his philanthropy and everything, and what happened during his panel discussion, seeing that how well Harry was dressed and how he looked. He was so happy and yada, 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 yada. Okay. We see you. But for the people that are watching my channel, and as we sit and we watch and we look at you and we just think, how sad, how sad. Just go try to do your pap walk. Try to make yourself relevant, make yourself important in a very unauthentic way. Go ahead. We watching and we see, and we can see you just about nothing. You as hollow as they come.